Hello. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, okay.
I got my little kiddo running around in the background. He's playing with his Batman helmet, so you might hear and yeah, I'm trying to distract him.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll be sure everybody is muted before I start actually talking.
Okay, there we go. Great.
Since we're already recording, so just
Okay.
once we reach 2 o'clock, then we'll get started.
Sounds good. This is my first call joining you
Okay.
guys.
Well, hey, then there we go. It should be helpful, hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully my mom brain doesn't rattle off too much. Just gonna check a couple of things.
I go downstairs.
No, stay up
Huh?
here. Stay up here.
Huh? What did you say?
No, going downstairs. Stay up here. Come.
I want you. I want you.
Okay.
I want that. So.
Okay. Be careful with it.
Okay, get it higher. Get it higher.
Okay, that's it though.
Whoa. Get high to this. What are you playing?
Nothing. I'm doing a meeting.
Hey, Jamie.
Hi. I'm actually working out.
Nice.
Okay. But I wanted to make sure I was on here.
I appreciate it.
So I'm here, but I'm still working out too.
Hey, get it in. Multitask.
You know that time nutrition, you only get a small window to work out.
Yep.
Like, nope, eat, work out now. I'm like, oh, but I'm here. I'm hot.
Morning, Chris.
Hey, mamas, how you feeling?
Ooh, you know, I have a week
Good.
left over here, so
Counting down the days.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab a pencil real quick and then we will get started. Give me just a second.
Where's the plane? Where's the plane?
We're at the meeting.
Mm.
With some people. We're gonna talk in a meeting.
Okay, since we are after 2 officially, I will go ahead and get started, and I'm gonna mute everyone. Okay, so if anybody else comes on, that's okay. If you guys have any questions while I'm talking, just shoot it in the chat box, and I or somebody else can answer them as we go. So today we are talking about how to use your social media and attract your target market. So this is a pretty broad topic, and I'm hoping that as a team we can do more specific videos and trainings on all the different aspects that would go into using your social media. But some of the things that you're going to need to think about, especially you newer coaches, is what is the driving force behind why you're in this business? So what is your why? Why are you running this business? Why did you choose to say yes to this opportunity? And you're going to use that in everything that you're doing on your social media. And you got to figure out who you're targeting. So are you a mom? Are you a business owner outside of Beachbody? Do your kids have special needs? I don't know. There's all kinds of things that you may be targeting specifically. So for me, it's just moms in general, moms, and getting a little more specific with a lot of kids, because I have a lot of kids over here. So that is the market that I typically target, is moms of big families. And then having confidence and belief in yourself is going to be a very key factor in the way that you're posting and the way that you're doing your videos and everything else that goes into that. You want to be sure that you are exuding that confidence and not letting, even if you're not confident, you want to come off that way, and believing in what you're talking about, whether it's the workouts or how you're feeling, drinking Shakeology or following the meal plans, something that has nothing to do with Beachbody, just all of that, being confident in that and believing in what you're talking about. Because if you don't believe in it yourself, it's going to be really hard to convince anyone else that that this is something that they should be doing with you as well. And then also not being a walking billboard. So not actually like, this isn't anything Beachbody, but like holding up something specifically that like bleeds Beachbody blue all over. I don't know. I've seen a lot of lead coaches in the business, and when you look at their page, you wouldn't even know that they are Beachbody coaches, because they are so much more focused on the emotional aspect of their journey and of the product and everything else, that they don't even need to say anything about Shakeology or the performance line or the specific programs or whatever else. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing at all or a good, it's not one or the other. It's just trying to not be a walking billboard, trying to not do product placement specifically, because that can be a turnoff, especially on your personal page, for the people that are following you. I hope that makes sense. And then lastly, using your social media to attract your target market would be posting things that are intriguing, making your followers want to come back for more. And that has a lot to do with value, posting value. And I'll get into that a little bit more details on what kind of posts would be valuable to your followers. But there's also a ton. Rachel posts them quite often in our group chat. Excuse me. There's posting guides out there. If you just Google anything or YouTube anything, you're going to find exactly what you need, because there's so many coaches in this network. There's so many people that put out the resources for you. So there are very specific posting guides for your Facebook, social media, Instagram, or anything else that can give you a lot of ideas on great ways to add value and to intrigue people to want more from you. So, and then I want to just kind of jump off track a little bit, still on the social media thing. If you are looking for more detailed training, more very specific how to attract the people that you want from the business page standpoint, which if you don't have a like page yet, talk to your upline about getting that started. There are trainings on building up your business page to the point where you don't have to even reach out to people personally. Like, people are coming to you on this business page. And that is where you can do a little bit more of that product placement, because when you're doing things that look like advertisements, that look like you are trying to make money on your personal Facebook page, that can get you in a lot of trouble with Facebook. So you do have to be careful about what you're posting and how you're posting it, because if they feel like you're running a business on a personal standpoint, they're going to shut you down. So be careful with that. And because of that, that's why I'm telling you about this business page thing. I don't know how to explain it otherwise, but there's a lot of us have done this training already, and it's worked wonders in our business. So I highly suggest it if you haven't already learned about that, to talk to your upline about getting your business page started and some trainings that you can get in on. So let me just see where I am. Okay. So another thing that I've found helpful is, and that I've just learned over the years of being a coach, is that if you're trying to get traction on your personal page and to get more followers, especially as a newer coach, some suggestions that I have are to not post shared posts. If you're trying to get the traction, if there's just something like a recipe out there that you like, or a video that you think is funny and you want to put that on your personal page, that's fine. But from a standpoint of trying to get more people following you and more people interested in what you're doing and wanting to be like you, don't share posts and link to an outside video. So if you post like a YouTube link in one of your posts, it's not going to get any traction. Facebook is going to recognize that you're trying to send someone outside of Facebook, and they're basically going to not let it be up on the top of people's news feeds. And then also things that aren't valuable just in general. I don't know, like I have a headache today, or something like that. Negative, anything that's negative in posting, things like that aren't going to get traction, and they're not going to be valuable to your followers. So keeping things positive when you are posting, making your posts more attractive. So being sure that you have a photo or some type of image, doesn't necessarily have to be a picture of you every time, or of other things. It can be something you find on Google. If you feel inspired by what you're writing, add a picture with it. This is something that I've done from the beginning, is adding like a photo. If you go to my page from this morning, I posted something and grabbed a Google photo and just used it to incorporate it, because those photos are going to be more attractive, and people aren't necessarily going to want to read what you have to say if they're not following you already. And there was one other thing about that. Oh, so recently, one of the top coaches actually shared that on Facebook, how do I say this? I'm losing my thoughts. Sorry, guys. I'm about to have a baby, if you guys don't know. So my mind is kind of everywhere. Facebook, I wrote it down and now I'm not finding it. Oh, okay. So one of the top coaches mentioned recently that there's a new algorithm on Facebook that is kind of blocking out the posts that a lot of us have been doing for so long, that are like drawing in big numbers. Like say a post like, how many kids do you have? And you get like 100 comments on that post because you're trying to draw that attention for an ad later on that evening. Now it's my understanding, and I haven't tested it because it made me nervous when I saw this put out from Facebook. It's my understanding that that actually isn't going to work to your benefit anymore, because it's not anything of value to your followers, and it's kind of like becoming wasted space among network marketers. So again, finding those posts that are going to add value. And I made a list of some ideas for you guys to jot down. Talking about food. If you're trying, especially for any of you that are doing 80-day obsession right now, I'm sure you are coming across tons of recipes, especially from Autumn's cooking show and things like that, and from the meal plan guide and everything. So sharing those recipes, not just a picture or something else, but like talking about the way that food can help you to function better, to be sorry, just muting everybody, to be more alert, or things that just taste good that are like super healthy. For me, I know it's always a struggle to find recipes that taste good for the whole family, but that are also healthy. So giving that, just giving people free content all the time, free content, with your workouts. So not necessarily just posting every day, like, hey, I got my workout in, but sharing some kind of motivation with them, or, you know, like Jamie right here on a call, working out, getting it in, things like that, like changing it up. So it's not just the post-workout selfie every day that you're probably putting into your challenge group, you know, just adding stuff into it, using personal development that you're reading along with the workout, sharing the workout and things like that, or, you know, just life in general. Like a lot of us are moms, or a lot of us work outside of the home, and we have stuff going on. And if we're not sharing that vulnerably, then we're kind of like trying to build a business on a surface. And it's once you become vulnerable on your social media page and you start sharing a little bit more in depth the things in your life that other people are going through, is at that point that you're going to see a breakthrough in your business, because people are finally able to connect with you on a different level. A lot of people that I was originally friends with and were following me on Facebook don't care about working out, don't care about living a healthy lifestyle. And so I had to figure out how to get people to want to follow me that didn't care about those things, and show them why they should care about those things without harassing them every day on Messenger or anything like that. So, and a lot of that came from being vulnerable and being honest about my life and my struggles, and how I want to rip my hair out half the time because of my big family. So, you know, things like that, just being real. That's what it comes down to. Any life hacks that you come across, instead of, like I said, not sharing the like link to an outside source, but if you are into life hacks or living like a minimalist, or building this business or things like that, like get those tips, Google those tips, and then create your own content from those, so that you're the one that's adding the value, not whatever other website that you may find. Just make it yours and make it your own words. You don't have to plagiarize it. And that's going to be a lot more helpful for people to see that, like, wow, this person really knows what they're doing. I really like how they're presenting this business to me, and da 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 da. So, and then with all of those posting topics that are going to add value, that's when those invites become more effective. Because if you're not really adding value, if you're just posting things here and there and not adding that value to people who are following you, when you do post that invite, that first challenge group invite, or anything, or business opportunity invite, people are already interested in you. And that's when you, using your social media, and you're attracting those people that you want in your tribe. That's when they're going to say, you know what? I think I do want to see what this is about. I think I do want to check this out. I really like what this person is about. And so that is going to get you more traction on those invites, and it's going to be more natural and not feeling like you're being a salesperson or anything like that. So with that, like I said, adding photos to the post just to beautify it. And if you have a logo, be sure, or if you want a logo, you know, there's lots of resources that I or your upline can give you for creating those logos. Even if it's just like a fancy text box that says whatever your business is. So like Rachel is Coach Rachel's Fitness, and she just tags that on her photos. And all she's doing is adding a little text box in the bottom, and it looks like a logo. It's awesome. But adding that logo on to those photos, no matter what the photo, as long as that's what you're going for, you're going to have that consistent image going through. And every time people see something, they see, oh, that's Coach Rachel's Fitness, and oh, that's something else. Oh, I really want to know what she's doing here, type of thing. And minimizing the amount, unless it's one of those long vulnerable posts, that we do sometimes and that need to have a lot of wording. Let's just be honest, unless you are super famous, or, you know, top coach in the network or whatever, people aren't going to take the time all the time to read everything you have to say. So breaking up, especially if it's a long post, breaking things up, putting some things in all caps, adding emojis and things like that. I know it probably seems silly, but it's a way to make the wording more attractive to go along with the photo. And it doesn't just seem like an essay that people have to read if they want to learn anything about you, you know, just breaking it down. But I would say most of all, minimizing the amount of text as best as you can, while still being vulnerable and open and sharing your advice. And lastly, sorry for rambling and running really fast with it, stay positive on your feed. Don't do the negative posts, anything that doesn't bring light to a situation. If something bad happened, but you see the positive in it, share that, because that shows that you're a positive person and that you're able to find the best in situations. But this is your business storefront. And you wouldn't go into any type of business on the street if they just like had a bunch of negative posters all over their windows. You would avoid that because you don't want to be surrounded by that type of negativity. Same thing goes with your Facebook page. If you just need to vent, then create a second page that people aren't following you on when it comes to this business, or do all your business stuff on a business-like page and just let that be that. But separate that out, stay positive, and just continue to add that value to everyone out there, and think about that target market that you are trying to focus on and your why, and just continue to post, talking to them. And talk to just one person when you're doing it. Don't talk to like a general audience. Talk to it as if it's just me and you, one-on-one. And I'm saying, hey girl, you know, I know you're struggling today, but blah, 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 blah. And just just act like you're talking to a friend over coffee when you're posting. And that's going to be so much more attractive to people who are following you and wanting to learn more about your business. So that is what I have about this. And like I said in the beginning, hopefully we'll be able to go into more detailed trainings on figuring out your why, figuring out your target market, and things like that. So if you guys have any questions now, you can chime in. Otherwise, we are good to go. Good? Awesome. Yeah, I don't think I see any chat questions. So, nope. Okay. So if everybody's good, then I'm... Oh, go ahead. Yes, Jamie, go.
Can we get a picture before we all get off?
Yeah. Yes. Here, I'll just do a snapshot on my computer, and then we'll go. Then I'll do that. So everybody smile. Everybody good? Yeah. Okay, I think I got it. I will thank you for that reminder, Jamie. So, okay, cool. Any questions from anyone? Go ahead. Let me unmute you. Go ahead. Maybe, did it work? What's happening? There we go. Okay, go ahead.
Hi. So I just I was sorry I was late. I just had signed up somebody for the program, and she had all these. Thank you. She had all the. I've been working with her for like a month.
That's how it works.
So I have a question. So she was asking me, so she signed up as the coach. I'm going to add her to all the different closed groups. And she asked if like next month, if she didn't want the Shakeology, if she can, stop the auto direct, then does that make her not a coach anymore?
It would just make her inactive. So she wouldn't count in your downline as an active coach. So it's 50 volume points. And the Shakeology is like 90 points.
Okay, so she would so I could probably try to encourage her to have an auto direct purchase of something else.
Yeah, she can do it that way for sure. The performance line, if she wants to try out like the recovery and energized stack for the next month, then that's fine. But I'm sure that after she does a month of Shakeology, she's not going to want to
Right, which is where I have to stay focused because, right, I mean, she is one negative cookie, let me tell you.
Yeah.
She's like, but she's paying for Weight Watchers, she's paying for this expensive gym, she's paying for a Jenny Craig, and I'm like, okay, well, you're gonna be able to cancel all those.
Right. Yeah.
And just stick with me on this, please. Just stick with me. Like, so is everybody pretty much reluctant, no matter what, for the most part, unless they've been following your journey for quite some time and just, I mean, once that dollar sign goes out there,
yeah.
once that dollar sign goes out there, it just kills the vibe for them. Is that normal?
Yeah, you're going to find that a lot. And it's going to be the people who are looking at it as a dollar sign thing, that they are going to be the ones that are reluctant. I mean, yes, I come across this all the time, more times than not. And it's our responsibility as the coach to show them that this is not expensive at all. Like if you look at what you're doing when you're going out to get coffee, or when you're going out once a week to some out to eat restaurant, you're spending way more than $4.33 on something that is so much more healthy, that you would spend $15 at a restaurant and still not get all the value or the nutrients that you would get in Shakeology.
Would you say $4 and how many cents?
$4.33.
Got that. Okay.
But yeah,
and then
she'll see she'll see it though.
Okay. And then the other question is, gosh, what was it? Okay, so if they order the 240, where they have the combo pack of the shakes and the performance line, does the auto direct go into charging that every month to their card for the shake and the performance line every month?
Yes, unless they go in and cancel it or postpone it, and they certainly can. And I always make sure that I let them know, so that that's not something that ends up rubbing them the wrong way. Like all of a sudden they have a $200 charge on their card that they weren't expecting. I let them know ahead of time, and that when they're doing this as a coach, they're getting a discount on it. And it's just more convenient to have it automatically coming out. But if at any moment they're like, you know what, I need to wait a little bit, or I'm not really feeling this, it's not a big deal. It's super easy to cancel. Of course, we don't want that as coaches and as we're trying to build our teams, but the reality is people do.
Okay, and then so the third question that she asked was, okay, Veronica, so I see, she's like, do I have to be a coach? And I was like telling her the pros and cons of being a coach and the discount coach, and she doesn't have to be all in. She could just be doing it for herself at first. And the coaching will come later, just naturally for her, because she's a teacher. And then she said, okay, well, I see that I would get the shakes at $120 a month auto direct.
It would be cheaper than that. It's like mine is like 108. My husband's is 106. I don't know how there's a difference, but it's just over 100. And then there's a business fee to keep the websites up and running.
And that's the $15.95. Is that monthly or quarterly?
Monthly. So even if she cancels her shakes, as she's staying a coach, to stay as a coach, she'll still get that business fee charge, which after tax is like 17 something.
I've never even seen it on my card.
Well, that's wait, are you do you have a military? Are you guys?
No, I don't know, but I mean, I've been a coach for 2 years, but I lost my uplines, and then when the 80-day obsession started, I reached out to Rachel, and I've always wanted Rachel to be my coach, even when I first started 2 years ago, but I had that opportunity because my mom just threw me into this and paid for it all and said, you're doing this. And, so I had to close that other account and, use a different email to sign up with Rachel, which is the best thing ever. And, but I don't think I've ever seen that $17 charge, unless because I've had, or is it because I've had people as coaches under me, like I've stayed at Emerald? Does that pay for my fee?
No, you'll get your paychecks, but there's still a business service fee charge every month. So maybe ask her to be sure that it's coming out that she hasn't
No.
gotten any emails. Well, because they would shut if it's not coming out of your account, then they would shut your account down after
Oh, okay.
6 months of not. So,
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
I
hope
think
that helps.
that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hi, Stephanie. Just saw you pop in. Does anybody else have any questions or comments or anything?
I did. I actually have 2 RF, the Roden and Fields ladies,
Uh-huh.
considering becoming Beachbody coaches just on the fact that we have that derma line.
Uh-huh.
So when Veronica had said, well, if she doesn't want Shakeology, she could probably, if she wants the face care, I'd recommend that.
Oh.
Like that has put some hooks into some RF rods that I know. And they're actually like, they're so close. So
Yep.
that was my little,
Okay.
little tidbit.
That's a good point.
Thank you for that.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Anything else? Yeah. Oh, where'd you go? You just moved.
Just random.
There you go. There you are. Okay.
Yeah,
Hi.
I'm having all kinds of. We need new we need new internet. All kinds of craziness. No, Chris just mentioned, and I've heard, and I can't find it. Where is everybody finding the skincare?
It's just under the shop. If you go onto the Team Beachbody page and go to shop, there's just that list. It says like fitness, supplements, performance, like all that
Yep.
stuff. It should be it's probably like on the bottom of the list.
I think also I have found it by just going to the search button and typing in derma,
Okay.
and then boom, it pops up.
Okay.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
Gosh, I brain fart so much. Shoot. Gosh darn it. Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. So I remember when I first signed up with my other account, I had this website page that is different from the page that I'm seeing now. Like now when so like my www.teambeachbody.com/vgirlchachi was my old account, and I can actually go and direct people there, and I would see like my picture, I would see like the workouts that I do, the supplements I take, and like there would be that whole screen that would attract a lot of people. I don't see that with this new is that correct, or am I, because I've like spent hours trying to look for it.
It's I think it's there, but it's not the same. Stephanie, did you want to chime in on that? I can unmute you. No. Okay. I think it's still there. I'm not exactly sure where it is because they're pushing more of doing the share a cart
Okay.
instead of directing them to a specific site. I'm not 100% on the answer to that though, because I haven't ever used the website. I've always just created the people's orders and sent it to them.
Like we do in Share a Cart now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So
we're not telling them anymore, go to this website and click on the orange be a coach versus the blue be a coach.
yeah, I would personally just do it all from your end to guarantee that it's all doing it right. But I will check on that real quick. Let me just write that down. Yeah. I'll just check and be sure, and then I'll post it in the Boom chat.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. We have 6 minutes until it shuts us off. Any other questions? We're good. Okay, I think we're good. All right, guys. Thanks for hopping on.
Thank
And
you.
we'll
Bye.
see you
Bye.
next week. Bye.